Hi, welcome again to Playing the Tenor Pan. In our last lesson, we concentrated on understanding the techniques of caring and appreciating the pan, and we've looked at the technique of rolling, that wrist movement, where we suggested that it's important to practice left, right, slower and faster. In today's lesson, myself and Darren Shepherd will be sharing with you the rolling technique using this C major scale. And with that, we introduce the concept of tempo in playing at different speeds to develop the proficiency of the hand, starting very slowly and working up as the tempo increases. We'll be right back. The scale. Yes, C major scale. Remember the notes in the scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So for us to appreciate, one, the location of the notes on the pan. Two, to remember and remind ourselves all the time of the notes in the C major scale. And to develop the playing technique of rolling, I turn you over to Darren, who will take us through an exercise in rolling in the scale of C major.
Continuing from the last program, we're going to start again with the rudiments of rolling, and we're going to start with the note C. Again, even distribution between each hand is very important. So we start left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, right. Now we're going to continue demonstrating rolling techniques on the C, D, and E. And we're rolling for 4 beats on each note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let's add F, G, and A to that. So we're starting on C, and the last note would be A. 4 beats on each note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And depending on the note placement, for instance, for E, you need to lean forward just a little bit. And for F, you come back a little bit. So you have to make minor adjustments in your stance as you play each note.
Let's do it again, Darren. We're going from C to A, and this is where I would ask everybody to join us. Those who have their pans at home, we follow Darren as we go up the rolling technique, and if you have your keyboard at home, we're going to start from C and go up each note with him, keeping the same tempo, rhythm, or timing. After you, Darren.
Let's start 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3,
Which note A is the sixth note in the scale. There are 2 more notes, and this is where we will play the complete 8 notes from C to C using the rolling technique.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Do you have fun doing that? Let's try it again. Now remember, the scale is going in ascending order. We are going up. Same thing again. After you, Darren.
1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4.
Now let's take it in descending order. And we play twice in descending order, and we ask you to follow us as we go down the scale.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So playing the scale of C in a rolling technique, we have played it at 1, 2, 3, 4 slow tempo. Let's increase that tempo just a bit, and let me see if you can play along. Very important for you to play along and get your hand accustomed. Even if you get confused along the way, don't stop. Try to keep it up and follow us as we go up the scale again.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4.
Let's take it one more time.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's descend.
1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four.
One more time.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So in playing the scale, now what I want to ask you to do is look at Darren as he increases the speed and plays it on his own faster. Look at the technique of how the hand moves, how his body adjusts for the F note that he suggested to you just now. Darren.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You may recognize that playing the pan it does not only require you to have your wrists fluent, but it requires you to adjust the body as you move to the notes. So there are some notes that are closer to you that you step back from, like the C and the D. And then there are the other notes that ask you to move away, where you have to move forward or move backward. Darren, demonstrate that again.
1, 2, 3, 4.
playing the scales, you realize it's a fundamental technique for your practice sessions. So we will continue playing the scale, the C major scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And I'm going to ask Darren to change the timing, the rhythm, or the time signature, or the tempo. And so that you, as you play it faster, your techniques would improve. Darren.
What we're going to do now is we're going to play each note for 2 beats. We played before for 4 beats, now we do 2 beats. Starting from C, C major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 2 beats to each note. Again, the same principle applies with your movement of your hands and the movement of your body as you compensate for the note placements on the pan. Once again, 2 beats on each note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Now we've done it in 2 beats. What does it sound like with 1 beat?
1 strike on each note, C major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Descending. One more time. Descending. One more time. Descending. One more time.
Now that we have a good sense of the rolling technique, played in 4 beats, played at 2 beats, played at 1 beat or 1 strike, let's go back to Mary Had a Little Lamb That's one of my favorite little songs. And we will practice playing that in a rolling technique. Join us. The notes are E, D, C. Those are your notes. E, D, C. Let's go, Darren.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's do it again. Join me again.
3, 4.
One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. This selection is very simple a song, as we all recognize, but playing the techniques are very, very important. So Darren, just run the scale one more time, 1 beat and 2 beats, just to remind our audience in exactly what they are supposed to be understanding.
2 beats on each note. 1, 2, 3, 4. On each note.
Highs, mids, and lows. The question of pitch. Highs, mids, lows. We have been playing our scales on the lower section of the pan, which are the big notes, and we have been told that the bigger notes are always lower in pitch, and the higher notes are much smaller, and they are higher in pitch. We have been learning our scale and practicing the technique of playing it on the lower notes. This is where Darren will introduce playing the same scale in C major using the higher notes, which are in the center of your instrument. Darren.
Now we're going to do the C major scale on the higher octave notes. We're going to start off with 4 beats on each note, starting from C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now we need to be very careful when we play the higher notes. It's very important that we focus and we try to play at the center of the note at all times. Now we're going to do C major scale, 2 beats on each note. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Now let's just play the same C major scale, 1 beat on each note. Remembering once again that we need to focus even more when we play the higher notes and play in the center of each note because the notes are much smaller. C major scale, 1 beat on each note.
Very nice. So now we have understood the highs, we have understood the lows. Maybe, Darren, we could play 1 rounds on the low, and then we play the second one on the high. So we will play going up on the low, going up on the high, then we will play coming down on the low and coming down on the high, on the octave. When I talk about high and low, I'm actually talking about the middle C and the next note, which is the 8th note or the octave, which is higher. Listen to it on the piano. That's what we are discussing. So we're going to play it from the low to the high, and then we're going to play the high, and then we're going to play it coming back down. So join us as we practice playing low and high. Darren.
C major scale from the low octave. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now, that scale and playing the scale lower and higher is your homework. That is the area that I want you to spend much time as you can practicing playing those notes so that your ability to understand and locate notes on the instrument with the proficiency develops. So let's get back to the opening stanzas of Yellowbird, G, F sharp, F, and E. Let's practice that. Darren?
3, 4.
Now, if you notice that the slower the tempo is, the more discipline and dedication it requires to capture the mood of the music. In our discussions, I want you to try to get that relationship, that link between the technique that applied and the mood or the impact that we are trying to create with the melody structure that you are playing. Let's try it again, Dan.
3, 4.
Let's play it a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice the difference in, as the tempo picks up, how the way it's played, the techniques of playing change in terms of how Darren applies pressure to the surface of a note. Let's take it in calypso tempo. You give me the time.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Again, we are practicing playing rolling techniques, moving through different tempos or timings, and looking at how that the demonstration of the technique applies in each time. So let's take it in calypso again.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What about Mary Had a Little Lamb? Take it slow, and we're going to play it fast.
1, 2, 3, 4.
have enjoyed rolling, learning the scale of C major from the lower end and from an octave, the higher end. And these are the techniques that we ask you to practice. Practice your rolling. And thank you, Darren, for sharing, and looking forward to the next lesson where you continue to learn the techniques of playing the tenor pan. Listen to Yellow Bird.